We are coming to the end of our next weather alert after our winter storm brought snow and icy conditions through Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Several metro communities are under snow emergencies this morning. That includes Minneapolis, where we saw cars already being towed earlier. West St. Paul, Bloomington, and St. Louis Park are also under emergencies. We just learned that the city of St. Paul has also declared a snow emergency. It's important to check your city's website this morning to make sure you're following local parking rules.
Things are improving over at MSP this morning. We've been following their website. So far, 62 flights have been canceled, and we're up to about 43 delays. But that is much better than yesterday when there were 150 flights canceled and another 150 delayed. Of course, still important to check with your airlines if you do have travel plans today.
And we are still in that next drive alert, and we are really continuing to see spinouts across the metro. This is in Brooklyn Center. MnDOT's reporting at least a 9-minute delay. This is westbound 94, but that's not the only delay we're seeing across the metro. There's also quite the backup over on 100. This is a look over on 100. This has been
near Edina. Yeah, it's been for the last hour, quite a backup.
Yes, and it stretches all the way over there. So dealing with some icy conditions still this morning, seeing some crashes and spinouts on the roads across the metro. Our Frankie McLister is on the roads for us this morning. Frankie, what are you seeing?
Yeah, hi there, guys. We are here on 35W South. I'm going to flip the camera right here so you can kind of see. We just crossed the Minnesota River, approaching the Burnsville area. As you see, the signs for 13 right there. But as you see, our photojournalist, Dave Charest, driving slow, as he's not the only one. There are several people on 35W doing the same thing, which is a smart decision right now. As you would think, 35W main thoroughfare, just like earlier today, we were on 494. In a lot of the highways all across the region, and things are a little icy. And on Facebook, I also posted a post saying they're dicey too. We're seeing a lot of the off ramps and shoulders with still some snow and icier conditions. This is actually probably the best all morning long, as crews across the state have been working all throughout the morning to get things plowed. But I want to say this is the best lane visibility that we've been able to see. If you are not aware, we have been reporting that 35W south of here, if we just kept going south all the way towards Albert Lee and the Iowa state line, it actually closed. So where if you're waking up seeing roads just like this throughout the metro, this isn't the case for our entire viewing area. There are numbers that the State Patrol has been releasing all morning long about just crashes across the state. We, of course, don't want you to be one of these numbers, but I'll tell you, there are nearly 500 vehicles off the road statewide since this system began. And again, slow down. You don't want to be one of those numbers. Guys, I'll send it right back to you. And be safe as you head out the door today.
You too, Frankie. Thank you for reporting for us live in the next weather tracker. Yes, make it back to the station safe, please.
All right, let's check out other news headlines this morning. A teenager is dead after police say someone shot into a Minneapolis home. Officials say it happened around 6:30 last night. They responded to reports of shots fired on Ilion Avenue North. When they arrived, they found a 17-year-old boy inside a house who had been hit. He was taken to the hospital, but later died. No arrests have been made, and Police Chief Brian O'Hara says his agency will devote every available resource to bring justice for the boy and his family. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact police.
2 people are in the hospital in critical condition after a house fire in the metro Sunday. It happened near Lake Hiawatha around 5 yesterday evening. Crews say when they arrived, they found one elderly person in the front yard and another person was still inside. So they got that person inside, they got him out, began CPR, and crews add that a large number of items inside the home made the entire process more difficult than usual. An investigation into the cause is still ongoing.
And flags in Minnesota will be flying at half staff today to honor a local firefighter. St. Paul firefighter Timothy Burtz died last week. He suffered a medical emergency. He had just graduated from the St. Paul Fire Academy a few days prior. Burtz was a former Navy SEAL who had also served with the Harris and Lionel Lakes fire departments. Flags will be half staff at all state buildings today, but individuals and businesses are encouraged to lower theirs as well.
Today, educators in the state's largest district will be meeting with district leaders to continue working toward a new contract. A strike has now been authorized for educators at Anoka Hennepin early next year. The union leaders say they want to hopefully avoid it. Today's mediation session is set for 9 a.m., just began in the last couple of minutes. Educators are asking for lower health insurance premiums and better pay, while the district has said they need to be mindful of balancing their budget. If an agreement cannot be reached, the tentative start date for the strike is January 8th. So cold the last couple of days. And while I do appreciate, the true winter of Minnesota, hey, I could go to Maui. Why not?
Me too. I know, like I said, it's just Hawaii's just magical. The whole area there is so beautiful. But we'll embrace this while it's here. It is good to see a little bit of snow on the ground, and we're done. There's going to be no new snow, fresh snow falling out of the sky for us here this morning. It's just going to be cold outside, and there will be some blowing snow. But from this scene, obviously, it's quite nice looking outside. There's not a lot of active snow. It's completely different. It's like we flipped our sky conditions from yesterday afternoon. Now we have perfect conditions out there right now. But yeah, just watch out for some blowing snow, especially as I mentioned, southwest Minnesota through the Minnesota River Valley, some of the open fields there. There's going to be some visibility problems, and we've had that ongoing through the morning, and we'll definitely have more icy road conditions through the morning. Still have a next drive alert, even though we've removed our next weather alert. Okay, so prepare for that if you're out and about. Feel like it's below zero all day today and heading into tonight. Now we were going to get a little surge of some warmth tomorrow, but coming with it is a chance for some snow. And I have snow in the forecast Tuesday and Wednesday to kind of wrap up the year. Why not? We've already had over 14 inches here this December. Let's throw a little more on top of it. We're going to have that for at least 2 days. And then it does get quite cold behind that system. Think today, this afternoon. Well, we're going to put that on Thursday and Friday, too, as we kind of start off the new year. All right, so 2 kind of cold, sunny days coming up as we wrap up the week. As far as the highest snowfall reports from the weather watchers, anywhere from 7, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow. Yeah, look at that. David and Lionel Lakes had 7 inches. Julie and Rock Creek, 8.5. And Bob and Sorona there over in Washburn County, I think I got that right, around 11 inches of snow there in western Wisconsin. That was kind of the spot we were anticipating some higher totals, and it happened. So watch out there. It's going to be one of those days where you're just going to have to move a little bit slower, one because of the cold and the wind, but because of the blowing snow. There's the system now. It is encompassing multiple states, provinces there in Canada, causing a stir there. Now for us, high pressure's moving in, inviting some clearer skies. And as I mentioned, a little bit of sunshine goes a long way, so it's going to feel at least nice to see that for a little while before it clouds up again. 13 for Hinckley today for the high, and just single digits up north, and that's, again, not factoring in the wind chill. With the wind chills, it's going to feel like it's below zero all day today. Now, the next snow event starts tomorrow up north right around 5, 6 a.m. through Bemidji, Beltrami County. Then it sinks southward and into Wisconsin through the course of the day. We'll have multiple rounds. It's not just going to be a window of like 7 to 10 a.m. and then we're done. We're going to see multiple rounds on and off through the day. I think it all kind of tapers off late Tuesday night. We have a break and then another fast-moving system, basically through the 94 corridor to the southwest Wednesday morning to wrap up the year. That clears out quickly by the evening. We'll see clearer skies, we'll see stars in the skies, and the conditions will cool down very quickly. So Wednesday night is definitely going to be on the cold side. I want to show you the snowfall forecast. When we combine both Tuesday and Wednesday together, I think we could get about an inch around here. The weather models are trying to indicate maybe upwards to 3. I do not see that happening. I think about 1 inch at most around the metro area for now. We'll keep an eye on that. Look what happens, though. After that that comes through, we have that cold air moving on in. By Wednesday night, it's going to fall down to about 2 degrees below zero there. And then we wake up Thursday to, sub-zero temperatures. It's going to be very cold on Thursday. It's going to stay cold Thursday and Friday. And then we're back to 20s and 30s for the weekend. A reminder, our next weather alert has expired. I remembered the banners, I remembered all these things. The 7th day I forgot that. But we are good with that. The next drive alert continues here.
Yes, take it easy out there. We're continuing to see
so many
spin-outs on the roads.
Traffic,
just backups
It's
all
messy.
over the metro,
Yeah, thanks, Joseph.
Ringing in the new year with a party. It's a long-standing tradition, isn't it?
Oh, yes. But a new survey by the social connection app Sunny shows just 24% plan to party with others on New Year's Eve, while 35% prefer a cozy night in, and 20% plan to go to bed early. Okay, where do you guys fall in this mix?
So my birthday is New Year's Eve.
Oh.
So I usually go all out.
Right,
I
as you
know.
should.
And normally I take the day off.
Party
I
hard.
party it up. But this year I am working, and I'm going to go to bed early. And you know what? I am okay with it.
Yes.
I am fine with that this year. How about you?
Oh my God. Well, when you work this shift, well, you're not
can't really
making it
stay
to
up.
midnight,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
If you do, you're just staying all the way up through the night.
See you the next
That
morning.
gets dangerous.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You know, this week it's in the middle of the week. So
always
it's
kinda
not like it's
hard.
falling on a Friday or a Saturday or anything like that. So I will dance hard in my dreams and I will celebrate there. But
I'll watch the ball drop the next morning on TV.
Yeah. I kind of do like the pretend it's midnight, like, you know, you do for little
good.
kids. And we're like,
That's
oh,
good.
yeah, Happy New Year. Good night.
some sparkling grape juice is always good.
Yeah, right? That's always good to cheer on the new year, but
So
I get
that's
it.
our plan
A
this
nice
year.
mix.
We're all going to go to bed early.
Yes.
You know what? But we want to know
And
what you
that's
guys are
okay.
doing.
Yes.
Cheryl says, for us, especially at our age, our 60s, it will just be a peaceful, quiet evening at home with a toast of non-alcoholic champagne, counting down the final seconds, and kissing my sweet hubby right at midnight.
Very
Adorable.
sweet. Samantha says probably door dashing work in the
Yeah,
day
nice.
and just staying home at night watching the final Stranger Things. Yes, because that comes out New Year's Eve. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. And then Ed says, watch New Year's celebration in Nashville on TV and then go to bed by 10.
Fair.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your feedback. Even before our big winter blast, you may have been having a pretty common problem with your home. Ice dams.
Yeah, and Andy Lindis from Lindis Construction joins us to discuss some of those hidden issues that may be causing them. Thanks for joining us this morning, Andy.
Hey, my pleasure. Yes. We always want to blame it on one particular thing, but my experience, there's a variety of factors that do lead to ice dams. And the weather that we're having right now, we anticipate that it's going to be a crazy year for snow buildup and ice dams on roofs.
I mean, the snow, the melting, the cold, again,
Yeah.
that's the perfect environment for ice dams. Let's talk about the 5 reasons that they form and the kinds of problems they can cause in your home. First, clogged gutters.
Yeah, what you have to remember is a lot of times, those especially like oak trees, it seems like they hold on to their leaves forever and drop them in December. And if those gutters are clogged and during the normal freeze-thaw cycle, say the snow is melting off your roof and they get to a gutter that's completely iced up, it's going to start to build up ice back up on your roof then. So it's one of those things that we might be a little bit too late now to get those actually cleaned. We have steamers that we use at times to try to clean those gutters out. But as far as all of the factors going, that's probably the least of my worries right now is the gutters. Because a lot of times these ice dams are happening before they even get to your gutters. And as we were talking before the segment, the attic spaces that we get into nowadays, if you are getting an insulation professional to come out because you have ice dams coming, don't just add insulation. I know it might come up as a shocker, but the majority of attics that I replace the insulation in, there's more than one type of insulation in there already. Meaning they've already tried to fix the problem by blowing in insulation over the top. And that usually isn't the case. Like that's usually not the problem. The R value of the insulation is almost never the problem. It's the attic air sealing, ventilation, roof vents, where the intake is coming in, all things that we have to consider, especially listening to the weather beforehand. It sounds like it's going to get down to below zero.
Correct.
So the way you have to think about your home and ice dams is the more the furnace runs, the more warm air that's coming into your house, that warm air is going to rise. If your attic isn't sealed properly, which most of the ones that I've been in are not, warm air is going to go into those attics. And that warm air is going to get to the roof and start to melt the snow. And it's going to start to push the cold air down the walls. Here's a clue. If you're feeling a draft coming out of a light switch or a socket or even around your windows, chances are it's not the windows or doors or the light sockets the problem. It's the attic, because that's the cold air traveling down your walls and coming out of your attic. And when you know things like I do, that over half of the attics I've been in over the last couple of weeks have had rodent problems. Now you got to remember that air that's coming in your house is filtering through rodent droppings as it comes into your home. So it's something you have to look at the entire picture to really start to have an understanding.
Oh my God,
man.
there's so many layers to this.
So many
It's just
layers.
But vents. Vents
Yes.
are another area, right?
Yes. Your roof vents a lot of times aren't at the peak of the roof. So the majority of the roofing that we install, we're going to install something at the very peak that's going to vent out naturally. Right now, we've been taking a lot of those story-and-a-half type homes that are just under vented, and sometimes the only way to do that, they make these solar vents now. So it really starts to make the soffits work the way they're supposed to, so the intake is coming in. Again, the entire system needs to be thought of, and if you have ice dam problems, here's what you really need to think about. One, can I safely remove the snow? And if I already have an ice dam, the ice dam usually isn't the problem. It's the standing water that's underneath the ice dam that can cause a lot of damage inside your home, inside your attics. And what you have to remember is roofs are designed to shed the water, not to hold it. This isn't a boat. So you need to figure out a way to put a channel in that ice in order for the water to drain. And please, hammers, chisels, snow shovels, handles are not the tools to be using on a roof. I will be called out on numerous houses over the next month and a half that have damage from people removing ice dams with a tool that shouldn't be used on a roof.
Ugh, leave it to the experts, Andy. Well, we so appreciate your time and useful information, especially this time of year. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day, y'all. Happy New Year.
You too. Happy New Year. Recently showed you the debut of Snooky, the loggerhead sea turtle at the Minnesota Zoo. And even though it's winter, there's still plenty of fun to be had at the zoo. Diana Hine and Jessica Roberts are here from the Minnesota Zoo with some winter ideas. First, Jessica, elephant in the room, turtle in the room,
Turtle in the room,
Tortoise in the room.
Yeah. Tortoise.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Who is here
This
today?
is Luna. Luna is a redfoot tortoise. Really excited to be here today. She is part of our ambassador department, so you can find her in the Wings and Things show.
Oh my goodness. And
She knows she's on
cruising
camera.
today,
Yeah, she's cruising. She's showing off. Oh my
She's
goodness.
busy, but she knows that we've got her favorite
Oh,
treat.
that's the trick.
That is a banana.
Amazing. Oh my
She'll get
gosh.
it. Don't worry about it.
What kind of care does Luna require?
Yeah.
So Luna is a tortoise that you would find in the rainforests of northern South America. So she likes it hot. She likes it humid. You can sometimes find her taking some walks down the Tropics Trail. It's perfect for her there.
Oh my
love
gosh,
it.
she's adorable and loving that banana. Oh my goodness. Well, there's a lot going on at the Minnesota Zoo, especially for New Year's Eve. Tell us about some of the things that are happening, Diana.
Yeah, so on Wednesday we have New Year's Eve, so it's a family-friendly party, so you can have all the fun before nap time. DJ dance party, all kinds of fun things, and then special enrichment around the zoo that are New Year's themed.
I love that. There's so much going on all winter long, though, really, right?
Yeah, we have breakfast at the zoo coming up, so it's a build-your-own pancake bar with games and face painting. And then at the end of January, we also have Zoo After Hours, which is an 18-plus event, which is under the sea themed for January. So it's trivia, special animal shows, sea lion shows, and keeper chats.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I guess kind of opposite of Under the Sea, Wings and Things event too.
Yeah, so Wings and Things is actually a show that we put on twice a day. So you can meet ambassador animals like Luna at the every day at the zoo when we're open.
Can I pet her?
Yeah, absolutely. She actually really likes to be scratched right here at the back of her shell.
Oh, my
Sometimes you
goodness.
can even get a little bit of a lean in on that. So she loves that.
Oh man, and a lot of outdoor trails and things, so you can enjoy winter too at the zoo if you choose to, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're open every day, so there's outdoor trails that you can explore. If you want to warm up, you can go into Tropics Trail, which is a beautiful 78 degrees every day.
Love that. That's needed during this time of year.
Absolutely is.
I am really curious though. Okay, you mentioned Luna likes it hot.
Yes.
So how do animals like Luna react to Minnesota winter?
Well, Luna is an animal that's going to stay indoors. during the Minnesota
Makes
winter.
sense.
For
Makes
sure.
sense.
But you know, the majority of our animals actually are really acclimated to that climate zone.
Okay.
To Minnesota's climate zone. So you are going to find the animals thriving on days like this when it is snowy, and they are going to be out and just really enjoying all of the snow and
she likes
fun
us.
things outside. So on days like this, it's a really fun day to visit the zoo because you're going to see really active animals.
Okay, so cool.
That is
My
so
goodness.
cool, especially like the polar bears. They love it.
Well, we don't have polar bears, but we do have both black bears and brown bears, but they are in a sleepy wintertime right now.
Makes
They're in
sense.
torpor right now. So likely you're not going to see them out playing in the snow, but animals like our tigers and our wild
pandas.
horses, the red pandas are really enjoying this weather right now. So yeah, and then on the Minnesota Trail, you're going to see the beavers out and active. You're going to see our otters up and really busy right now. So it's a really
Very
fun time
fun.
to visit the zoo.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Luna, thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, for more information, go to mnzoo.org, and you can see all of the events this winter as well.
People's Organic is celebrating their 1-year anniversary at their new location in Southdale Mall and 15 years overall of being a popular Twin Cities eatery.
Ray and Joelle Roberts, co-owners of People's Organic, join us now. Thank you so much for being here and preparing all this delicious food.
Oh my goodness.
It smells amazing.
Mouth-watering.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about your story, how you guys got started?
Sure, we started 15 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But at the time, there wasn't as many farm-to-table or organic restaurants. And so we were one of the few at the time. And we just wanted to not be that hard to have good food when you're going out. So that's kind of where the heart came from.
And a lot of this great food is a part of a new winter menu.
Yes, yes. So we have a brand new dinner menu. A lot of it is more just hearty for us. So we've got a new steak, which is delicious.
Looks good.
And then we've got our bucatini, as well as a pot pie, chicken pot pie, which is kind of those nice hearty winter meals.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Where is the pot? This is the pot pie?
Yeah, that's an
you should
interesting
try
premise.
it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sure. Why not?
Let me move
Grab
it in
a
for you.
knife. Oh,
So
my goodness.
we make the pastry topping in-house.
Okay.
So it's nice, hot, and fresh.
Yum.
Feel free to
Oh,
go
and
on in.
You're going to cook something for us too, right?
Yes, yeah. So we were just making the steak for you.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that. Well, okay, so the pastry is on top of the pot pie. Look at that. That looks amazing. So I think I'm going to do
So
a
it's
little.
gonna flake, yeah?
Perfect for dipping.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
good.
Look at that. Amazing. What are some things that really inspire you when it comes to creating this menu?
Just ingredients and trying to do familiar but comfortable and maybe, I don't know, something exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. And then, and it really was. It's like, it's a very comfortable, a familiar meal, but in a different way. I love that.
Oh my goodness.
Just using good ingredients so people feel good about what they're eating.
Yeah, and that does make a difference. Absolutely. Okay, you just cooked up this steak for us, right?
Yes.
Okay, amazing. Can you walk us through that process a little bit about how you brought this one to be?
Sure. So I brought the steak to room temp
Yeah.
and then I seasoned it really liberally with salt, rubbed it with oil, seared it for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. This one is a little bit thicker, so I finished it in the oven just for a couple minutes and then let it rest before cutting it.
I may have to take a bite of that one
I
because
know,
that
right?
looks good. So, okay, so this is your winter menu. How often are you changing things up at People's?
About every 2 months. We have monthly specials, so
Okay.
there's always new specials on the menu. But these are kind of new additions to the menu.
Okay, and
You
of
can't
course.
have a meal without a little drink
I know.
here. So what do we have for?
We have the espresso martini. It is having its moment right now. Ours
it
is
is.
exceptionally good.
Yes.
We have
Actually, I wanna
great
take a sip of
coffee,
that
which
one.
makes an espresso martini delicious. But then we also use
Cheers.
a agave liqueur to make it nice and smooth and creamy.
my gosh.
We also have
Yum.
That's insane.
That's
Isn't
really
it so
good.
So good.
Man, it feels like winter is back, and hockey's such a winter sport, you know, but with this snow, I'm like, okay, this is a Minnesota winter.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. No complaints for people who love the snow, right? And here are some of those people. Sure, some of them. Our WCCO Next Weather Watchers coming in with our snowfall reports in New Ulm. 8.8 inches of snow being reported by Jamie there. We have Lino Lakes at 7 inches of snowfall. Howie and Goodhue, 6.8 inches of snow. A lot of locations in the metro registering about 4 or 5 inches of snowfall. It is still possible you could have some travel issues as we go into this evening. The good news is we are already seeing improvements. There was a winter weather advisory that has been dropped for a good portion of the state. So do have to watch out for some of those slick spots, of course, especially on some of those side roads. Don't want that to catch you off guard, but at least things are slightly improving. The problem is we're not going to be like melting a lot of stuff because it's just going to be cold. It's nice to see the sun, but temperatures will be pretty chilly and your feels like temp will also be very cold, below zero basically throughout the day. A couple of clipper systems coming through with light snow chances Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we have a cold start to the new year again. Forecast high today, 12. That's it. Some locations only making it to the single digits, and then get ready for a cold one overnight as we're down to 0 in the Twin Cities. We're down below 0 for the overnight lows for pretty much the rest of us. And then as we head into tomorrow, big change over the next 24 hours. Enjoy it if you like the mild weather. This is really the one day this week that we have a mild high of 31 here in the Twin Cities, and high temps getting to even around freezing for locations like central Minnesota and western Wisconsin. Those highs basically in the 20s. If you want to compare that to average, 25 is the average, and think about that compared to today as well. Now, when it comes to our wind chill values, like I said, it's basically down below 0 with your feels like temp throughout the day today, but then obviously those go up once we head on into tomorrow. All right, let's talk weather systems. So here's our next future radar. As we head into tomorrow, we'll track that next weather system coming through, bringing some light snow even for the morning hours across northern Minnesota. Notice most of this snow is along I-94 to the north, with that system going into about this time tomorrow, bringing some of that light snow on through. Second weather system coming through Wednesday, a little bit more of a southerly track with that one. So a little bit closer to the metro, not just to the north of 94 with Wednesday's weather system. Wednesday morning, snow starting to push into the western part of the state. We bring this light snow on through even the metro region through midday on Wednesday, and then the system does kick out of here. So it's less than an inch of snow for most of us with Tuesday's system, a little bit more further up to the north. And then with Wednesday's weather system, it's like 1 to 2 inches of snow with that system coming through as we head on into Wednesday. So nothing like what we saw with this last storm system, but of course could lead to some slick spots. And that is on Wednesday, which by the way is New Year's Eve. So by the time we head into Wednesday night, snow should be out of here, but it'll be cold again. Notice our temp at 6 p.m. 8 feels like 3 below, 9 p.m. 4. Heading into midnight, going into the new year, air temp is 1, feels like 10 below 0. Next 7-day forecast takes us to the teens by Friday, and then we're just mainly dry and cold really as we head into the weekend. High temps going from the teens, just about the 20s, but a little bit of a rebound as we head into next week.
I gotta say, after coming off of like the 30s, Christmas last week, nice and warm, and then being hit with this, rain even. Yeah. It's like, it bites your cheeks. It takes a minute to get used to. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lisa. The head of the FBI is turning his attention to fraud in the North Star State. FBI Director Kash Patel took to X Sunday to say FBI personnel and resources have surged to Minnesota to dismantle large-scale fraud schemes exploiting federal programs. He referenced the Feeding Our Future scheme, where multiple defendants stole at least $250 million in government money through sham vendors and shell companies. Patel said the FBI believes this is just the tip of a very large iceberg. 2 people are in the hospital in critical condition after a house fire in the metro Sunday. It happened near Lake Hiawatha around 5 yesterday evening. Crews say when they arrived, they found one person in the front yard. Another person was still inside. They did get that person out and began CPR. Crews say the home did have a lot of items inside, which made the rescue a little tougher than usual. An investigation into the cause is ongoing.